Hello again, everybody. Welcome to USA Wrestling Weekly. I'm Scott Casper. Here now is this week's news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Well, the 2011 World Championships are still fresh in our minds, but the world of international wrestling now looks to new challenges. We now turn our attention to the Pan American Games, a major continental sports event held every 4 years, featuring the top athletes from North, Central, and South America. The 2011 Pan American Games will be held in Guadalajara, Mexico, October 21st through the 25th, and earlier this week, USA Wrestling announced its teams. The U.S. will send 15 athletes to compete with 6 men's freestyle, 6 Greco-Roman, and 3 women's freestyle athletes. The U.S. men's freestyle team will feature 4 past world medalists, including 2011 163-pound world champion Jordan Burroughs. This will be the first competition for Burroughs since his dramatic gold medal victory at the 2011 World Championships in Istanbul, Turkey. Burroughs has captured the attention of the entire international wrestling community with his aggressive wrestling style. Joining Burroughs in seeking Pan American Games gold medals of their own are 2009 World Silver medalist Jake Herbert at 185 pounds. Herbert placed second in the 2011 World Team Trials, only behind Olympic champion Cael Sanderson. 2011 World Bronze medalist Jake Varner will see action at 211 pounds. Varner was very impressive in his run to his World Bronze medal in Istanbul. 2009 World Bronze medalist Travel Delegnev will compete at 264 pounds. Delegnev finished 5th in his weight in Istanbul and enjoyed a huge win over Olympic and world champion Artur Taymazov of Uzbekistan. 121-pound world team member Nick Simmons will compete after placing 5th at the 2011 World Championships. The very talented Tian Ware rounds out the freestyle team at 145 pounds. Ware was a 2011 World Team member and 2011 U.S. Open champion. We talked to national freestyle coach Zeke Jones about the important Pan American Games.
Well, we put an X on the Pan Am Games. We put a mark on that tournament. We want to go down there. Of course, we're bringing most everyone from our World Championship team, and because we want to make a statement. Dan Gable said it best. You want to follow up the World Championships with another good tournament right away to let everyone know, including yourself, that that you're here and you're here to be the best team in the world. And I think he's right. That's why we put that on the schedule. I think that thinking is right.
Led by 2 past world medalists, the U.S. Pan American women's freestyle team will look to build on their finish at the Worlds, where the team was tied for 3rd and featured 2 bronze medalists. Well, the U.S. will be led by 105-pound 2008 world champion Clarissa Chun. Chun was 5th at the 2008 Olympic Games and placed 7th at the 2011 Worlds. 2010 world silver medalist Elena Peroskova checks in at 138 pounds. Peroskova was 5th at the 2011 World Championships and is a 2-time University World Champion. Also competing is America's 121-pound 3-time Junior World medalist Helen Maroulis. Helen was 5th at the Senior Championships in Istanbul. We talked with national women's coach Terry Steiner about the Pan American Games.
Okay, we have the Pan Am Games coming up mid-October. For us, it's kind of a new start here. We have Clarissa Chun, Helen Maroulis, and Elena Peroskova going. All 3 of those girls missed medals in Istanbul, so they're excited to get back on the mat and prove themselves. And I think it's just a good, a restart for them to get themselves back in the game again. I think it's very important for them to get back in there and get back into action, and this is a great event to do that.
Well, the U.S. Pan Am Greco-Roman team will feature 2 members from the 2011 U.S. World Team. Competing at 132 pounds is 2-time World Team member Joe Betterman. Earlier this year, Betterman had a stellar performance as he won the U.S. Open. Cheney Haight is the other 2011 World Team member on the roster. Weighing in at 185 pounds, Haight was a runner-up at the 2008 Olympic Trials and is a past U.S. Open champion. Well, the balance of the Greco team consists of 3 athletes who finished in 2nd place at the 2011 World Team Trials. At 145 pounds, Glenn Garrison checks in, and making the trip with him, 163-pound sensation Ben Provisor. Tim Taylor will join in the U.S. Greco effort at 264 pounds for the U.S. Rounding out the U.S. Greco effort will be Pete Gonarides at 211 pounds, who's also a Greco-Roman national team member. Previewing his team for Guadalajara is national Greco-Roman coach Steve Frazier.
We're gonna go down there to win it. We're gonna go down there to beat the Cubans and and all the rest of the South and Central American countries. Well, we know the competition pretty much at the Pan Am Games. The Cuban, there's not that many teams, but it's good to knock heads with them again. We're gonna meet them there, and then in February, and then again in March for the Olympic qualifier. So I think the more we knock heads with them, the better for us. You know, the way I look at it is it's a prestigious event. It's very important. We want to win the Pan Am Games, of course, but you know, it's just our first competition back is really all it is.
Well, the U.S. did not qualify 3 weight classes to compete at the Pan American Games, 1 in each style. The U.S. did have 6 individual championships, and an overall performance solid was at 2007 Pan American Championships in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This year's Guadalajara-bound U.S. contingent has one thing in common with each other: none have competed in previous Pan American Games. And just a reminder to you fans, USA Wrestling Weekly will cover all the action from this very important October event. Well, the Grappling World Championships are now underway in Belgrade, Serbia. This is an important World Championship event on the international schedule. Also known as submission wrestling, grappling is growing in popularity in the U.S. and around the world. The U.S. has won the no-gi team title at the last 2 FILA Grappling World Championships and seeks to defend its title this year. Leading the effort for Team USA in no-gi grappling are past world champions Tom Lakire, 154 pounds in the men's division, and Kelly Einenson in the men's absolute division. World champion Lisa Ellis leads the USA at 110 pounds in the women's division. Past grappling world medalists competing in men's no-gi grappling include Matt Betzold at 132 pounds and Michael Kelly at 198 pounds. They're joined by Brandon Ruiz at 242 pounds. Well, the U.S. features the talented and dangerous husband and wife combo of 165-pound Eddie Ellis and world champion Lisa Ellis. All of the U.S. entries in no-gi claimed gold medals at the U.S. Grappling World Team Trials in Las Vegas this last August 6th. In gi grappling, the U.S. was the World Team Champion in 2009 and placed second in the 2010 Grappling World Championships. 2 of the no-gi team members also won men's gi grappling titles at the U.S. World Team Trials in Vegas and will be doubling up to compete in the gi division in Belgrade. Tom Lakire and Kelly Einenson will see double duty for Team USA. Well, Sheldon Marr of Grappler's Edge and Jeff Funicello of American Pancration will be coaching the U.S. team. Clinch Gear is sponsoring the 2011 U.S. grappling team with a donation of equipment, including rash guards, board shorts, and gis. We, of course, want to thank them. We'll report on the results as they happen from the Grappling World Championships next week, so we hope you'll join us there for that news. Team USA will not relax after the World Championships as 2 men's freestyle tour teams get set to compete in Russia in early October. The first U.S. team will head to Yakutsk, Russia to see action October 1st and 2nd at the important Dmitry Korkin International. 5 U.S. competitors will wrestle, led by 211-pound standout Tommy Rollins. Rollins was 5th in the 2007 World Championships at heavyweight and is a past World University Games champion at 211 pounds. Also on this tour, frequent freestyle team member, 132-pounder Coleman Scott. Coleman has been a member of the U.S. freestyle team a number of times now and holds the number 3 national ranking going into the season. The second U.S. freestyle team will travel to Grozny, Russia to compete at the Ramzan Kadyrov Cup October 8th and 9th. Coleman Scott is among the 5 U.S. athletes scheduled to compete there. Another top star on the tour is Keith Gavin, a 185-pound national team member who's currently ranked at number 3. We'll announce additional fall tours as they finalize them at USA Wrestling, and we'll do it right here on USA Wrestling Weekly. Well, USA Wrestling is pleased to announce the release of its new mobile applications, which are now available on both iOS and Android platforms. The new mobile applications offer a number of USA Wrestling features, all designed to bring current information directly to the wrestling community in an easy-to-access format. Now, features of the application include the latest episodes of USA Wrestling Weekly TV show, digital USA membership cards, a geolocated club finder tool, a menu of upcoming events, current wrestling news, rule books, the current issue of USA Wrestler magazine, the Coaches Curriculum video series, USA Wrestling YouTube videos and podcasts, and USA Wrestling social streams from Twitter and Facebook. The membership profile provides a convenient digital membership card complete with barcode, which will be acceptable at all USA Wrestling events. In an effort to promote the sport of wrestling and keep USA Wrestling members updated with the latest news and information, USA Wrestling is providing these mobile apps free of charge. The app for the iOS devices includes iPhones and iPads, is available in the Apple iTunes Store. The app for the Android devices, including Droid phones and tablets, is available through the Droid app market. Stay on the cutting edge of all your wrestling news when you download your USA Wrestling application today. Oh, stay tuned. We'll be back. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Fans, over the last two episodes of USA Wrestling Weekly, we brought to you all the news and highlights from Team USA's performance at the World Championships in Istanbul, Turkey. This week, we take a look beyond the performance of the U.S. athletes and teams and a number of feature reports from Istanbul. The 2011 World Championships featured a large number of wrestlers with a connection to the U.S. who were competing for other nations. American wrestling fans followed their progress in addition to the U.S. competitors. The foreign athlete with American connections who had the best performance in Istanbul was Puerto Rico's Franklin Gomez, who won freestyle silver at 132 pounds. Gomez was an NCAA champion and three-time All-American for Michigan State. He competed for a spot on the U.S. Junior World Team before switching his affiliation to Puerto Rico. Prior to going to college, Gomez lived and competed in both Florida and New Jersey. To start his competition off, Gomez won 5 straight bouts to qualify for the gold medal finals. He beat the Georgian Malkaz Zarkua, North Korean Jang Ri, and Sung Chol Lee of Korea. In the quarterfinals, Gomez stopped past world medalist Zalmakan Husanov of Azerbaijan and reached the finals with a stunning victory over Doran Zamagiev of Kazakhstan. Well, the talented and quick Gomez saw his run come to an end in the finals when he lost to a very talented Russian superstar in Bezek Kudakov, who captured his 3rd straight world title at 132 pounds. Gomez talked to us about his great performance in Istanbul.
I feel thankful just to be here. Again, every year I always feel so blessed just to be training like in the best place, Penn State, and coming over here with the support of a lot of people, not just the people from Puerto Rico, but the coaching staff from Penn State. It's just amazing how when you dedicate yourself and have faith in God. Whether I win, will, or lose, I just want to go out there, give my best for the Lord.
Well, Alex Dolly of Ireland, who placed 9th at 185 pounds, is another athlete with a strong U.S. connection. Dolly is an Indiana native who went to college at Northern Iowa and is now training at Michigan State. He has both Irish and American citizenship. Well, Dolly won his first 2 matches of the tournament using his front headlock effectively against both Oscar Martinez of Honduras and Dejan Bogdanov of Macedonia. In the 3rd round, he lost a competitive battle to Shinya Matsumoto of Japan. Dolly did not qualify for the repechage when Matsumoto failed to reach the finals. We talked to Alex Dolly about his experience.
It really didn't come up until Franklin Gomez, that first year after Michigan State. He was talking about wrestling from Puerto Rico, and you know, I was wrestling in the U.S., but at the same time I wasn't top 3. And unless you're top 3, you gotta get that international experience. And Franklin said, "Well, I'm talking about Puerto Rico, and I've heard you say stuff about Ireland before, so contact them, see if maybe you can start wrestling for them, start getting some experience somewhere. Then see if you want to come back to the U.S. once you start getting a base, and it just worked out.
Among the other international wrestlers who are well known by American fans, 163-pound Matt Gentry from Canada saw action. A dual citizen who grew up in Oregon, Gentry was a 2006 NCAA champion for Stanford, who wrestled in the 2008 Olympic Games for Canada. Gentry opened with a victory over Narsingh Yadav of India in a hard-fought three-period battle. In the next round, he was beaten and eliminated by the German Andrei Schika. Earning All-American honors for Oregon State was 145-pound standout Heinrich Barnes of South Africa. Barnes still trains at the Northwest Regional Training Center and was 7th at the World Championships last year. This year, he lost his opening bout to the eventual bronze medalist Levan Lopez of Cuba. When Lopez fell short of the finals, Barnes was then eliminated. Another international athlete training at Oregon State is 211-pound Mexican strongman Israel Silva. Silva was born in Mexico but raised in California. Silva competed for both North Idaho College and Tennessee Chattanooga in college. Silva lost his only bout in Istanbul to the Mongolian Zolbu Natsasurin. Well, 185-pound Harvard graduate Nate Ackerman is back on the mats, this time competing for Great Britain. 2004 Great Britain Olympian. 2006 was Ackerman's last international season. In Istanbul, Ackerman dropped his only bout to Latvia's eventual quarterfinalist Armāns Virbulis. Well, there was an interesting first-round bout at 211 pounds between Hertek Pliev of Canada and C.J. Floor of American Samoa. Born in Osensia, Pliev went to high school in Ohio, was a USA Wrestling Junior Nationals freestyle champion, and ultimately became a Canadian citizen. Floor is a native of New York who competes for Division II Gannon University. In the end, Pliev won the bout but fell in the next round to an opponent from Kazakhstan. Well, there was an American collegian in the women's division competing for another country as well. She is 138-pound Maria Dunn of Guam. Dunn wrestled for Missouri Valley College and was Guam's representative at the 2008 Olympic Games. She lost her only bout in Istanbul to Austrian Stephanie Meyerhofer. Of this unique group, Franklin Gomez was the only athlete to qualify his nation at his weight class for the 2012 Olympics. In the coming months, we'll keep a sharp eye out to see if any of our foreign athletes with U.S. roots make it to the field in London. Well, athletes weren't the only ones being closely watched at the World Championships in Istanbul. Also being evaluated were the world's best referees as part of the important selection process for the Olympic Games. The United States had 3 referees who participated in Istanbul, including Rick Tucci of Florida, Zach Arrett of Indiana, and Stacey Davis of Georgia. Tucci has worked numerous Olympic Games and served on the officials' jury throughout the event. Arrett and Davis have not had an opportunity to work an Olympic game and were working as mat referees all week long. Well, Olympic referee assignments will be announced sometime after the December Olympic test event in London. This year's World Championship was the first for Stacey Davis, who was also named the 2011 USA Wrestling Official of the Year. Davis talked with us in Istanbul about his first World Meet.
It's unique. Sit there and talk with a guy from Iran about calls. I'll talk with a guy from Mongolia, Korea, all over the world. So it's amazing that we can sit down and talk about unique calls and get each other's opinions, and gives you a great database to go back to when you're making calls in the future. This Team USA always. We tend to sit down and talk about different things we need to think about going into matches. This is big for us as it is for the athletes. Obviously, everybody has something on the line being here at the World Championships, and the visas that our athletes want to get to move on to Olympic Games, and obviously the opportunities we want to get to be at the Olympic Games. So.
Well, the World Championships was an important event for ASICS as well, who serves as USA Wrestling's longtime equipment and national team sponsor. In addition to providing uniforms, shoes, and equipment to the U.S. teams, ASICS is also closely affiliated with a number of other top wrestling nations. Among the countries which wear ASICS products is world power Russia, which is strong in all 3 international styles, and Japan, who has been dominant in women's wrestling and has strong contenders in all styles as well. We caught up with ASICS executive Neil Duncan at the World Championships in Istanbul and talked about ASICS' involvement with the sport of wrestling on an international level.
Well, we're just actually looking at all of our teams and watching the products they wear, and actually just touching base and keeping our relationships alive with a lot of the different countries that we have agreements with, which include Russia, Hungary, Japan, of course, the U.S., Canada, and several other teams also that we're looking at and assessing in terms of looking for agreements prior to the London Games.
I'm Scott Casper. You're watching USA Wrestling. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Are you ready, America? Then let's get it on with Fight Now TV. Your front row seat, 7 days a week to experience all the hard-hitting action, news, and entertainment from around the fight world. From world-class boxing events. Here we go, the main event. To mixed martial arts showdowns and other combat sports matchups. Here we go! Fight Now TV delivers the hits and more. Fight Now TV also offers unrivaled access to the fighters and insiders who make the fight game happen around the globe. As we go from the training camps to the weigh-ins, press conferences to the matchups, Fight Now TV is there before and after every belt. Fight Now TV also features original series found only on Fight Now.
There you have it. Stop on by.
It's time, fight fans. Your channel has arrived. All the fights, all the names, all the action. Call your television provider and tell them you want to get it on with Fight Now TV.
Wrestling fans, USA Wrestling has launched a top social networking site designed for you. USA Wrestling Nation is the latest innovation provided to the wrestling community by our sports national governing body, USA Wrestling. Post photos, blogs, and videos, interact on boards. Keep up with your favorite wrestling personalities with USA Wrestling Nation. It's free to register. Join the thousands of wrestling fans that have already signed up and become a part of the USA Wrestling Nation at usawrestlingnation.com. Well, behind the scenes in Istanbul, one of the key people supporting Team USA and the entire U.S. delegation at the world level was American Greco-Roman star Farouk Sahin. Born and raised in Turkey, Farouk moved to the U.S. as an adult and became an American citizen. He competes for the Army World Class Athlete Program, and in both 2009 and 2010, Farouk competed and was part of the U.S. Greco-Roman teams at the World Championships. Although Sahin did not make the 2011 U.S. World Team, he was with Team USA in Istanbul, helping in many ways. He was an interpreter, an organizer, helping athletes, coaches, support staff, and fans every day of the tournament. Farouk talked about his efforts during the World Games.
Since I was born from Turkey, and then I was really excited to come, and everybody is coming over, and it was for me to show everybody like Turkish hospitality and try to help everybody, and also at the same time show the Turkish people how true Americans are, how great people. So I try to be like bridge to both ways and like help. First we started getting everybody's credentials, try to get everybody the VIP so they will get treated like what they deserve and stuff.
Well, one of the busiest men at this year's Worlds was retired National Freestyle Developmental Coach Dave Bennett. During his storied career with USA Wrestling, Doc Bennett served as USA Wrestling's Director of Broadcasting, and for many years he's produced numerous TV shows and video productions for both USA Wrestling and FILA. While his mastery of video technology is self-evident, Doc Bennett was in charge of the video replay on one of the mats all week long. Dr. Dave Bennett talked to us about his role with FILA in Istanbul.
Well, basically, everybody's assigned each mat to make sure that the referees are able to view the video and see the protest to make a decision and to archive the event. The important thing for me and for the USA, I think, is by my being able to do what I'm doing, I'm able to go home with the footage from all the matches, and I think this helps us a great deal from the standpoint of learning technique, studying their technique, scouting, preparing for the future. I think having the footage is essential to improvement.
Well, it's time for our weekly USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest, and these pictures are sent in by wrestling families and fans from around the country, and they're also being considered for the photo contest page in USA Wrestler magazine, as well as our USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week's USA Wrestling Weekly Photo of the Week, taken by Mike Stoddard. It depicts 9-year-old Caden Fry earning a victory in the Wisconsin State Wrestling Championships. You can have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's photo contest by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. Well, that'll do it for this week's show. We thank you for joining us. We'll see you all next week right here on USA Wrestling Weekly. Good night. Sports.